Good afternoon, everybody. We will start promptly at 3 o'clock. This is our mic check. If you can see us, if you can hear us, go ahead and give us a thumbs up so we'll know everything's working properly.
Good afternoon. Another pretty day out there today, and hope everyone's having a nice evening or a good day and enjoying the weather. I know we've got a lot of people that are working today in need over in our tornado and direct line wind hit area, and we've got like I said, a ton of people there. Got a lot of family members that's come in to help some of these people that have volunteered. I want to thank every one of those people, for coming in. They're trying to get all their brush out to the sides of the county roads and state roads. I want to thank the state of Georgia, as I do every day, because they've really helping us a lot. There's going to be a lot left after they are finished, but we'll be picking up probably for the next couple of months, probably off and on, because I was trying to caution people or kind of calm them down this morning about trying to get everything out there at once, because it's going to be impossible today or tomorrow. But we are going to go back and go back again until we get all the storm debris cleared up on our county roads, and the state's going to work too on state roads. But we've got our state people here probably through tonight and probably part of tomorrow, and then they'll be gone. That's actually helping us on our county roads. I do want to thank the forestry too, because they sent the strike team in. I mentioned them a couple of times, and man, they really helping us a tremendous amount. Alex has also arranged to bring a strike crew in from GEMA. They're in here today. I think they're going to be here, a couple of days. Alex, you can report on that. I won't take that away from you, but there's just so many people helping. There is a tremendous amount more of traffic out there, and not so much gawking traffic. People just looking. We got a lot of people that's really working over there today in the area and on the mountain and in the Back Valley area. And I just want to caution you, we've had some close calls to slow down, try to stay back at least 5 to 6 car lengths from these trucks. They're packing the limbs and the tree trunks on there pretty heavy, but it's still they're losing a few little debris every now and then. They're picking it up on the return trip, but still, though, just try to stay back and understand, what's going on. This is not a normal time, of course. The park, I will comment on that. We've was notified there about an hour ago. They have shut the park down again. It was an overflow there. They had 150 cars, and they did close it up for at least 3 to 4 hours. Possibly they're going to monitor, and if there's 20, 30 cars come out, then they'll let that many more go in. They're notifying those people, from what I understand, with their phones. They've got. I guess they're telling them to monitor their website, but they're going to do that all the way through the weekend and all the way through the week, from what I understand, all the way to the 30th. And they do have a lot of people out there working today. They got a lot of DNR people, enforcement people, and they brought other extra just park rangers out there also. So it's a lot going on out there, and they're controlling it. They're doing the best they can do to control it. Let's see here now. We do have a tremendous amount of work, right there in the Gulch Road, and also James Street, and then of course the Cloudland Estates. That's 3 areas right there that's I mentioned a while ago, but they are really congested over there, and try to help. Those are really congested areas. They're close areas. You don't have a lot of room to work, and so just try to be patient, because sometimes you might have to sit there 15 minutes, 20 minutes, while they're cleaning before you can go on through there. But just be patient, because they're really it's just time consuming, but they're doing a really good job. We mentioned yesterday also that if you are a farmer or involved in agriculture, and you have had some damage on your farm, whether it be a barn or your house or anything, poultry house or whatever, there is a number posted now online. And you be sure to call that, because it's a whole separate assistance to those people than through FEMA or GEMA. We haven't. Alex will comment on that. I don't think we've heard anything back from them yet, but that'll be his segment there as far as any help that we may get. I want to mention also, and we'll keep you up kind of on this day to day the next few days, but won't comment on a lot, but on the president. The phases to reopen the country. If you haven't read that, it's pretty interesting reading. Go online there to pick that up. Carrie put that website on where you can. It's about how many pages did you say? It was several pages, I think.
Like 18 pages.
Yeah, 18 pages, but it starts from ground level and right on down through different things that he feels should be opened up. And he, from what I understand from reading, he's basing it on statistics, numbers, as far as cases go. So. That's pretty good reading if you'll go on and just download it or copy it where you can actually look through it, because every time I've read it, I've seen something different in it. If you have any questions, of course, just call me, 667-8999. That's on anything pertaining to the brush or my report today. And also, while you're watching, for those of you that have not been watching, we take questions at the end of this broadcast. So if you've got anything that you need to ask me, just go to Carrie there and type it in. I'll go on into our numbers from the COVID-19. Georgia now has 17,669 cases, confirmed cases. That's up from 17,194. It's a pretty good increase, but it's still down from what we were reading a few days ago. We hit 1,000 a day there for a while, so that's just better. We have increased in Dade County 1 since yesterday at this time. We went from 7 to 8. Walker County, they're still at 13. Catoosa County, they went from 18 to 19. Chattooga stayed the same. They're at 9. Whitfield went up from 40 to 43. Floyd stays the same. They're at 121. Gordon County went from 53 to 57. Bartow, 242 to 246. And there's still 220 people that are unknown. That was unknown addresses and counties in the state of Georgia. And that number is dropping. I mean, they're working on that, as I said, every day. And probably some of these numbers that we've got right here came out of that just a few days ago. We've had 673 deaths in Georgia. That's up from 650 from yesterday. Moving into Tennessee and Hamilton County, which is our bordering county here, they went from 110 to 114. Marion County went from 27 to 28. Grundy County, they stayed the same. Sequatchie County, they're the same. Midge County is the same. Bradley County went from 35 to 38. Totally in the state, there's 142 deaths, 140 up from 141 yesterday. In our adjoining Alabama counties, which are Jackson, DeKalb, Jackson, they went from 32 to 36. DeKalb went from 32 to 38. So both of those have increased since yesterday. So just bear with this, and it's hopefully we will get through this before too long. Evidently, federally, throughout the federal outlook, things are looking a lot better, or the president would not be talking in terms of actually starting the process of going back and reopening. So, but we're just want to caution you to try to wear your mask when you're out in the public, grocery store, getting gas, the gloves when you need to wear the gloves, and just mainly just use common sense. That's what it's all about. Alex, you want to come up and give your report? We have him here today, and we'll let him take over.
Good afternoon. I'm Alex Case, Director of Dade County Emergency Services, and extending what Executive Rumley just said, we're continuing the process of practicing our safe distancing, our hand washing, our masks. We're in here in our 18th day of the month of this, and continue to try to help do this together. I mean, we're working hard off here to make sure that everybody can still get the services they need with our limited open to public facilities, and it's still a great effort from everyone. And please remember, I still go into a few places and people not distancing themselves when they get into line to check out. Stores have made so many things to give you lines to stand at to do that, and it's just still a hard thing to break, but it is getting better. So please continue to work with that and help keep our part of doing what we're doing to stop the spread. I'm going to touch back on the storms. That's been taking a lot of our efforts with the team. I do want to stress in public safety, this is Telecommunications Week, and one of my departments that I'm so blessed to, or one of our departments, it's not mine, one of our departments that I'm the director over is our 911 center. These men and women are the true first responders that actually, when somebody's dialing help, 911, we're taking that first initial call. Within 60 seconds, we're responding an ambulance, an officer, or volunteer fire services to the call of need. These folks are dedicated to this county. They love what they do, and I'm so blessed to have these folks here. Again, if you know of them, tell them thank you. We've had people treat these folks with some goodies and snacks, and we had some pizza delivered by one of our taxpayers, and we bought their dinner and lunches for them here the last few, each one of the shifts here, just thanking them for what they do. They're here 24/7, 365, and over half of them come back in on the night of the storms that we're fixing to talk about, and it took us all to answer the calls because so many people were dialing. We knew this from 9 years ago, so we prepped for it. So every time things happen, we've learned, but even with doubling the capacity in there, we still couldn't handle it. It's just the nature of the beast, but I really thank these folks because they've also got a lot of these are mothers, and they have to make sure their families are secure at home, and that's one of the things we prepped weeks before, and we stress heavily to all the departments and the groups, just to prepare your home and your family and your children. But other tornadoes, other debris that Executive Rumley talked about, we've had a strike force team in here from Georgia Department of Transportation that we requested for assistance because of Dade County Public Works and Trenton Public Works were maxed out with all their resources. With the state of emergency from the governor, we requested that. The chainsaw strike team from Georgia Forestry, but as of last night, there was 682 loads of debris hauled into our transfer facility for vegetation, and we estimated 6,102 cubic yards. We're basing that off the size of the truck bed, and we take a percentage of that down based on a formula because it is air-filled brush. But if you're out there and you've seen them, like Executive Rumley said, these folks are cramming that stuff in the back of those trucks as hard as they can with these machines, so they're pretty full and they're rounded up over the tops. So yeah, there's a lot of leaves, there's a lot of sticks and debris on the side of the road. I've seen a lot of people stop and throw them over to the side. I have several. Thank you. We will be picking that up. Some of these guys are, like you said, stopping back by and picking that up. But again, it's another help. If you do that and take that courteous to take it off to the side, thank you. We'll get it because these guys are running hard. They're running 12-hour days to get this done. We did do a finalize. I'm sorry I was not here yesterday. FEMA did come back into the county, and myself and Ansel, Deputy EMA, one of our Deputy EMAs, GEMA representative from District 1 over in East Georgia, and a FEMA rep wanted to come see all the major and destroyed facilities that we had listed on our individual assistance. We made several requests while we were out doing our windshield survey Monday and Tuesday. Then we started doing door-to-door, and still they come in. We done the flyover. They wanted to come ride and sit with us, and they did. So we were out in the field for 4.5, 5 hours yesterday. That's the reason why I wasn't able, or yeah, it was Thursday, I believe that's when that was. My days are running, but anyway, we worked on these, and what we determined from the ones that, looking at the major and destroyed, as of today, we have 12 destroyed facilities or homes or residents, and 11 of them are uninsured. 7 major residents hurt, with 3 of them are uninsured. 21 with minor damage, and 8 of those are uninsured. 112 residents that were affected of some sort, with 18 of those uninsured. As of today, we have 152 homes that are properties that were affected with the storm that hit us on April the 12th and on into the cleanup. Again, city and county is going to continue as you're putting your debris. Again, vegetation debris, we're starting to see a lot of construction and demolition type material. We cannot pick that up, so please keep pushing your vegetation safely up to the road, and we will continue to pick that up. We'll change gears because we're looking at another, and everybody's been watching the weather, of some possible thunderstorms that are moving into our area, starting again Sunday. Currently, the forecast from the National Weather Service is in that Sunday, sometime after 2 p.m., we'll start seeing some thunderstorms come into our area, and probably before 2 a.m. Monday, move out. As of right now, we're in a low-risk general thunderstorm area of the zone of northwest Georgia. Anything south of I-20, Columbus, Macon, LaGrange, Griffin, Americus, all that through there, moving dead east is where the threat is, like what we seen a week ago. So we will be continuing watching this. You know, this is the springtime of the year that we really watch for these things, and cold and warm front lines. Please monitor our local forecasters. They will be giving more up to date on that. That's just what was given today, and they had a small forecast or a briefing at 2. We'll be forwarding that out here shortly once it's finalized up on the website, and we'll share it on our pages so you can watch a YouTube link from the National Weather Service. Again, when storms are moving in the area, there's a couple different things. They have special weather advisories of thunderstorms. They will have thunderstorm watches, and again, a watch is a good definition of a watch, that there's good probability it's going to happen either 3 hours from here, 6 hours from here, 9 and 12 hours. They keep going further out. So they look at that and risk that, and a lot of that is done predictions from the National Weather Service, and then that's where our local forecasters really know our area. They fine-tune where National Weather Service could be looking at 3/4 of Georgia for our forecast area. You've got one meteorologist that's just looking for the part of the little tri-state area here of 3 or 4 counties. So we really rely heavily on our forecasters locally and our national. But again, a watch means it's got that favorability to happen within 3 to probably 9 to 12 hours. The warnings, a thunderstorm warning and or a tornado warning, mean that it is immediate and it's coming within minutes, and at that time you need to take cover and get down where you are. One of the things that really inundated our 911 system that we hope to do more education about is when the tornado warning went out, people were calling wanting to know where the shelter is. By that time, it's way too late. That's why we want to hopefully in the future work on some more educational. If you ever get in that system and that situation again, or you're watching the radar, not sure how bad it is, and you're gonna wait as it gets closer to the county, when this stuff is running 60 and 70, 80 miles an hour as the storm's moving northeast in a trend up from the Gulf, it can be here on us before we know it. Then we're looking at what damage other counties are having behind it, and Weather Service is doing that as well, and hopefully the warnings come out enough time to warn people to get to the center of your house. That's the best thing. If you're at home, find you some safe places in your home. It's always the centermost room of your house or in a basement of your house. But we were inundated with people wanting to know where the shelters were during that warning, and that is not time, and that was actually hindering the 911 system and busying it out, when during the times we were getting people that were injured or people that were possibly trapped in that, because we had 3 injuries during that. So, I know it's a scary time, you don't know where it is, but hopefully we're going to continue to help teach them. We're all learning every day of this, but again, watches means if conditions are favorable, you may either want to get to a safer place or be prepared at a place to know where your safe area of refuge is in that home. I would look at several things online, how to retrofit small closets under your stairways. There's several different ways that you can go in there with plywood and boards and double and triple your walls. Spoke to an individual while we were out doing surveys. They were in the process of remodeling their house, and I gave them the same things. Just type in retro in a room for storm shelters or FEMA storm shelters, all types of data out there that's at the fingertips of our phones and our internet to do this. But again, these folks are working hard. I can't thank the Public Works. Tremendous amount of volunteers that's out there helping their neighbors. We did request a volunteer organization in disaster earlier in the week, and this morning we had a group of men from 220 Ministry Disaster Relief Team. They base their helping off Galatians 2:20. If you take a few minutes to read that verse. These are 9 men from Gainesville, Georgia, that everybody got off work last night and they left early this morning to come up here, and they're working in an area where we have non-insured, fund-stricken, and damaged homes with no money for funds and trees everywhere. We got about 6 or 7 areas we're working heavily with the storms coming in. They were also tarping some of these trailers and modular homes. So these men are here all day. They are staying at Trenton First Baptist Church, and they will be up again early in the morning, working up till later in the afternoon to drive back to Gainesville. These are some great men. We appreciate their help. We have made another request for VOAD assistance for other assistance like this. And again, just thanks for everybody what they're doing. Continue to practice our social distancing, keeping your hands washed, your mask. We're still in two major things here. Please watch the weather coming up. We're in a very general area, but you know, we never know. There's one ultimate forecaster, and we lay our lives in his hands every day, and he puts no more on us than we can handle. But that's what we just take it what we got. But please pay attention and monitor. And if there's any other thing, or do we have any questions, Ms. Carey, for us? No questions. All righty. Well, thank you all, and I'll turn it over back to Executive Rumley.
A few things real quick I do want to mention before we leave. The signs, as far as the permitting goes, the signs are working really well. I appreciate people reading them and understanding what we mean when we say, you know, residents only and authorized personnel. And it's really, since this morning, I've been all over there, you know, for hours. They're working, so we appreciate people doing that. The actual, let's see here now. I want to thank the United Methodist Church of Trenton. They provided us this morning with several meal cards from over at Guthrie's Chicken. I've given several of those things out to people that have lost pretty much everything they've owned, and you just don't know how much they appreciate it. I mean, it brought tears, you know, to their eyes. CETA, Southeastern Tennessee Development District in Chattanooga, that's something that we belong to. They help us with development throughout the years, and but they have actually given us some Walmart cards and some things there to help people that have lost everything. And I've been giving some of those to the people that really are in need, and they appreciate it, to buy clothes or other things that they've lost or replaced. So we do appreciate that. Alex touched on this also, but our hours down at the transfer station. The transfer station is the same, you know, as far as carrying debris or garbage, but now we're still maintaining the gate, and we will for probably a week or two here for people that are bringing in the storm debris. So that gate will be open dark to dark, daylight to dark. So I had several questions about that today. And we will be, Alex mentioned this too, but we will be coming back around, because I mentioned a few days ago that we thought the state was only going to help us. We were only going to make one round through. Well, they've already made several rounds in many subdivisions, so they're going back. But once they're gone, we're still going to be working. It may take us months to get this cleaned up. So, you know, try to bring your debris there, your storm debris up as close as you can to the road. We can come back and pick it up. My number is 423-667-8999. If you've got any questions at all, please call me. I'll try to help you or put you in touch with someone that can, or call any of our commissioners. They do answer their phones, and they'll help you any way we can. One thing I do want to mention, and this is kind of it's not off the subject, but we've got a homeowner over there. It's got a massive tree in our backyard. We don't have a saw, and he does not have a saw that'll cut through it. So anyone out there that might have like a 36-inch bar on a big saw, like some of you loggers or something out there, I wish you'd give me a call, and it wouldn't. I think they just need to make about 3 cuts on it where they can move it. But it's a big tree, and so just putting that out there. So, you know, somebody out there listening may have a saw that we could actually maybe you could run by there and make those cuts for them or whatever. But we'll be back here tomorrow, and just hang in there, and we'll do anything we can to help you, whether it be the storm or the COVID virus. Just call us, and we'll see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock.